Hi, this is Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny, and you're watching the Mayor's Message. Hello, I'm Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny, and welcome to another edition of the Mayor's Message. This one's especially special for me because I have somebody that I look up to greatly, and I have for many, many years. I have the greatest respect for this gentleman next to me, Lynn Sebourn, and not only because he's such a terrific gentleman and American, but the things he does for this country, the things he does for this county, the things he's done for me personally and politically over the years, the confidant he's been to so many people has meant so much. And just can't say enough positive things about you.
You're building me way too much here.
It's true, and plus he's my only real friend that's a real rocket scientist. You know, which is really cool. But Lynn, as always, we like to have our commissioners and some of our employees. We're trying to get to more and more people in the county in these episodes.
Yep.
We'd like for you, in your own words, to tell the viewers here in Coffee County why you're in politics. Also, maybe a little bit about what committees you serve on, which you carry a lot of hats, wear a lot of hats. And then we can maybe talk about what you like to do in the real world and things. And you're extraordinarily busy, so
I'm too busy.
Resting is probably right.
Maybe I should quit one of these. Which one should I quit?
Oh, man, no. I get you, but go ahead, sir.
So as far as how I got started in this stuff, I remember being interested in politics even as a little kid. The earliest political memory I have is Nixon being impeached, or not impeached, but Nixon resigning. Yeah. And what I remember about that was my parents being mad because that was back when there was only 3 stations on TV, and we had 2.5 stations because we couldn't hardly get the third one. And Watergate was on TV every night, and we couldn't watch our regular TV shows. That's what everybody remembers about Watergate. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Oh yeah, it seems like small potatoes now compared to what's going on.
Yeah, but I remember that. And I remember in 5th grade, it was an election year. I think it was Jimmy Carter, and I can't remember now who Jimmy Carter ran against in his first. Was that
Ford?
Ford, yeah.
Yeah.
The Ford-Carter election, and we had a mock election in 5th grade. I remember that. My parents were Republicans, and I was one of the only people that voted for Ford because it was farm country and everybody wanted to vote for the farmer. But anyway, I got started on the Planning Commission in Tullahoma a long time ago now, and that kind of got me interested in local growth, and being an engineer, you kind of tend to think towards the future and planning and everything. And so we set up I got asked to help set up an economic development board in the city of Tullahoma. So we did that like 15 years ago now, 15 years ago. And so getting involved with that really opened my eyes to the growth that was coming to the county and everything. And so that's why I ran for county commission, aside from the fact that Rush Bricken asked me to run when he left his seat to go be a state rep. But at that time, it was clear to me there's a lot of planning that needed to be done for the county. So that's how I ended up over on the county commission, and now we've done some planning committee stuff.
Oh, you have?
And we're trying to make progress there.
Well, he's our chairman of our Budget and Finance Committee. He's also was chairman and still is chairman of our Strategic Planning Committee. And they just finished their final report and briefed us on it a short couple of months ago. And it gives us some firm marching orders to move forward with a lot of things in this county that should have been done maybe in other areas already. And some of the major recommendations, if I may, are, we need to update our planning and our zoning and our land use maps and things like that for a more modern society. We need to beef up some of our agencies here, put some more people in to help with some of our institutions here. There's a whole lot of utilities out in the rural areas that need to be looked at also, water and wastewater and things like that. You've worked with federal governments and local city governments to do some planning and some merging of some ideas, and all this has kind of been boiled down to give us a good place to start. Really, how are we going to tackle all these growth problems and do it in an orderly way and start organizing our commission to do that, and you led that whole effort.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun doing that. We tried to meet with every stakeholder we could in the county. And over in Tullahoma, I live in Tullahoma and representative from that district. And we've been having a lot of discussion about the growth coming in Tullahoma, and people are always scared of that, right? And some people don't want change. And we had some folks over there saying, saw some folks online saying, well, we want to keep Tullahoma just like it is. I made a presentation about that to the Rotary Club a few months back. I said the problem with that is that Tullahoma has never been the way it is. Right, there's always been change. My office, I work for engineering firm I3, and we're right downtown next to the railroad track, so I get the railroad trains every day. In my office, I get used to it after a while. But my office is sitting there in an little office building, and I saw a thing on Facebook. You see everything on Facebook about history of Tullahoma. Well, my office is sitting where there used to be a grocery store, but before that, there was a theater there. And it wasn't the Marshall Theater. I didn't even know it, but there was another theater sitting at that location way back in a long time ago. And I'm a block away from the Studebaker dealership there in Tullahoma. And so it's easy to say that we don't want to see change, but the reality is change is coming whether we like it or not. So we just got to do what we can to get ready for it.
That's right. You have to dance with it and not against it. And so, of course, we know you're very busy in the county government. We thank you for that. Yeah. You've been a great public servant. You're very busy at work all the time. When you do get some free time, what do you like to do? What are your hobbies?
I tried to do some things whether I have free time or not. One of the things my family and I have been involved with over the years is the South Jackson Goes Country show. So if you hadn't been to South Jackson Goes Country, come see the show. Probably been doing that over 20 years. Very active in our church, Westwood Church of Christ down on West Lincoln. I like to read and do some music and stuff like that. Don't do music quite as well as I'd like, and I like to get out and hike around, fish and hunt a little bit. I'm not a big hunter, but I pretend. So.
Oh, very cool. Well, you're in a great place to hike and fish for sure.
Yep.
You are. Well, man, you'll be able to see Lynn's contact information up here, obviously. Dr. Sebourn and Commissioner Sebourn from Tullahoma. And he'll have his email and his name and his district, and you can always reach him that way. As always, you can reach me at 931-723-5100, and I can get a message to Lynn. If you have any ideas for strategic planning, for our budget committee, anything, feel free to pass those on to us. We always like to see you at our meetings live and in person. But if you can't make it, we're on Coffee County Government YouTube channel, all of our meetings. You can see Lynn's budget meetings, you can see him in the full commission, and his strategic planning meetings are all online, just where you watch this show. Doctor, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And as always, thank you for watching this edition of the Mayor's Message, and we'll see you next week.